So now we will see that how the next step is done after data overview. Now we are going to see about the actual data pre-processing. Okay, so before going towards our actual data analysis, we will see data pre-processing. Okay, what do you mean by data pre-processing? If you have not seen my any of the videos, still you can do this project, no issues. Okay, carefully listen that what do you mean by pre-processing. Our actual processing means what? It is the analysis. Before that, whatever we have to do with the data, so that the data will be capable of you know showing the great analysis. That can be simply termed as the pre-processing. Means what? We will see that in this data set, are there any rows, columns, any data which is wrong, which is irrelevant, which is not correctly written, or anything. So we can remove that part so that it will not hamper our any of the analysis. Next, after this, if there are any columns which are totally irrelevant, like if I am writing revenue over here, same revenue I'm writing in the thousands, both revenue columns I don't want. So either I will delete this column or this column, whichever is not suitable for my analysis. Okay, so this is also nothing. Serial number. I don't want to currently analyze day on day impression wise progress, or day on day sales wise progress, or anything. I don't want to see day by sales. A general analysis we are going to do. So serial number also can be the thing which is irrelevant currently. So irrelevant column rows depends upon either whether they have errors, whether they are having any issues, or they are irrelevant based on our problem statement. So anyone cannot tell which rows are irrelevant. You have to judge whether this particular column is necessary for my analysis. Yes, because we want to do marketing analysis in this. So impression clicks are needed. We have to also do sales analysis. So sales unit and revenue is needed. Okay, but revenue in thousands means the same column is written. That's why I don't need this. This is one kind of pre-processing. Next, after doing this pre-processing, after removing the irrelevant data, we might also have some data which is missing. There might be some data which is not written, blank value, missing value. So we have to either delete entire row, entire column, or we have to fill it with some values. Okay, currently we don't have any missing value, but we will also discuss that how to check that missing value, how to fill that missing value if necessary. Okay, and in further projects, you will see slowly how to do the very complex kind of pre-processing also. Okay. So let us see. First thing is we have to delete irrelevant data. So this column I am going to delete. So I will copy paste name of this particular column because this column I want to delete. How I will delete? First I will write removing irrelevant data. How to remove that? Where my data set is stored in the file dot drop. I want to delete something. What I want to delete, I will write it in the double quote. This column I want to delete. But how Python will understand? This is the column name by writing access equal to 1. And here you can see that my column has been deleted. So I will write down here comment access equals to 1 indicates columns, and access equals to 0 indicates rows. Okay, if you want to delete the rows, so you can just type down here file dot drop. You can write which row you want to delete. So let's imagine that last row I want to delete this. So what it is written, 29 is the index number. Python has given index 0 1 2 3 4. These are index values given by Python, and these are serial number given by ourselves. So I want to delete last row. So index value we have to give. Okay, 29, and then I will write down here access equal to 0. Okay, and now you can see that last row will be deleted. Right now I don't want to delete this. I was just showing that how to delete this row if necessary. Currently we don't have any irrelevant rows, so I will not delete it. Okay, deleting of the irrelevant data is done. Now I want to check missing values. So missing values, now I will see how to check the missing values. First of all, after deleting this irrelevant data, Have we stored our file anywhere? No. So either we can store our file in the same variable, okay, so that we can print it with the same variable, and variable is updated. Now my file is updated with the latest data set. So I can use that same file over here. Okay, this is my file. To check with missing value, I will use function which is called as is null. This is the function which I will use. Now you can see in the logical indication, my Python has given the answer false, true, like this something is given. I'm asking to my Python, is there any null value? Python is saying that false. False means no any null value. Wherever true, it will be written. There only I can find missing value. But how I can find that how many numbers are there, missing values, how many count are there? Okay, so we will just add false plus false plus false plus false, all this column wise I will add, and wherever true will be written, that only I will count. False means what in the binary language? 0. True is 1. I will add 0 plus 0 plus 0, wherever it will be written true, that will give me 1, 2, like this. And in that way we can understand how many missing values are there quantitatively. Currently we don't have any missing values, so I will comment here no any missing values. If there are any missing values, how to deal with that, we will see in upcoming projects. This is a simple project for our first practice. So let us do with a very simple data set. Okay, so there is no any missing value. Now our data is pre-processed and data is ready for doing the analysis. Now we will see the data analysis. First thing that we are going to see in the data analysis part is, very first we will see descriptive analysis. Okay, how to do the descriptive analysis? What do you mean by descriptive analysis? Let us see first. Descriptive analysis means simply you are describing your entire data set as it is. How to describe that? Where is my file stored? Here is my file stored. Okay, with the help of describe function. Here in this way, I have described my data. Carefully see, now you have to write down here lot many of comments. That comments are nothing but your interpretations. Okay, so I will comment here like interpretations of above data are as follow. Okay, so in this only I will just put enter, and here I will write. If you have to write down in the same cell, you will press enter key. But if you have to execute or run the cell, you will press shift plus enter. Okay, so now we will see that how to interpret this particular data, because now we have seen the describe function, and using this describe function we are getting a table where count, mean value, average value, standard deviation, minimum value, maximum value, and in between percentiles are given. Let us see that how we can interpret or what is this particular data useful, how we can use that data for analyzing our data. Okay, let us see. First of all, you can also delete this column serial number, because I am not going to analyze serial numbers. It is not of meaning in this particular problem statement. We will see only impressions, clicks, sales, and revenue, sales unit and revenue. Okay, count. Everywhere you can see 30. Why? Because everywhere 30, 30, 30 rows are there. There is no any missing value. Okay, on every day we have received some impression. Every day there are some clicks, some sales, and some kind of revenue. And that is why we don't have any missing value. So count is nothing but giving us idea that on every each and every day our marketing was there, and on every day people have seen our advertisement, people have clicked on that, some people have enrolled in our advertisement. There was no any single day where zero sales are seen. Correct or not? And that is why you can write here, for all 30 days we have seen marketing is doing good. Okay, second thing I can write here, every day we have received some, we have received some sales, and no any day is no any days without sale, correct? Because without any sale we have never seen any days. So this is a very highlighting point, because we have to mention that our progress is very nice. Even on a single day we have not seen that no student has enrolled. Every day is more than zero, either one, two, three, four, some student has enrolled in our course, correct? And this is very highlighting point that I will write. You can see that revenue is also there. Every day we are getting revenue, so you can write that. Next, so I'm telling you few interpretations. You have to write down interpretations by your own words. Okay, so I will show you few examples. You have to write maximum possible what you can write about entire data set by your own understanding. What do you mean by mean value? Average. On an average, you can see that 6,90,362 impressions are there per day. On an average, 6 lakh impressions are seen. Yeah, there might be some days where less than 1 lakh has been seen, more than 1 lakh has been seen, but on an average, we can say 6 lakh 90,000. You can write down that. Okay, so average impressions are whatever this value is there, approx 6.9 lakhs, means 6.9 times, 6.9 lakh times our advertisement was seen by either unique users, or it can be the repeating users also, but it was seen by 6.9 lakh times, correct? So this is one of the highlighting points. Similarly, you can write average about your clicks. What is the average clicks? What is the average number of sales value? What is the average number of revenue we have earned in this entire month, correct? And then we will quickly see that what is the minimum value. Minimum impression you have to write down that 15,000. So even on the very worst day, whenever our marketing was worst, our minimum impressions were 15,476. Now it is actually good thing to mention that at least we have more than zero impressions, and still we have generated the revenue, right? So we have spent some amount of money. What is that amount of money? That is currently not present in our data set. Okay, but we have seen that, yeah, 15,000 times our advertisement was seen, 2,000 people have clicked. Okay, or 2,000 times people have clicked. It might be repeater users also who have clicked on the advertisement. Then from that, on an average, sorry, minimum sale on any day in an entire month was 20. So at least we have sold 20 units of our whatever the product was there on our website. For that 20 digital products we have sold, and revenue which was made, minimum revenue is 1589 rupees, approximately 1590 rupees, correct? Similarly, you can mention about the maximum value. You have to write down all these things in this particular data set. Okay, so everything you have to write down here, so that we have interpretation of above data below this. All right, there is one more thing, file dot info. Okay, now this info function is also giving us some information, like there are 30 null value. There is no any null value. If there was any missing value, you will get here 29 only, 28, 26. So you will understand how many total rows are there, how many uh, non-blank values are there, everything we are getting. Plus we are also getting that in which particular row we are getting integer values, string values, float values, everything is there. So you can even make some interpretations from this. So it depends upon user to user, what you see, what you understand from this particular thing and this particular thing. Now this entire thing what we have seen about describe function and info function is a only small part of our descriptive analysis. Further descriptive analysis in detail we will see in other projects. For this project, this much is sufficient for us. Only we are going to use describe function and info function. In rest of the project, we will also see much detailed descriptive analysis. Okay.